Hello, today I'm going to show you how to install your DeWalt DWM120 PortaBand Saw into the Portaband Pro Bandsaw jig. Here's a few tools you're going to need: 3/4 wrench, 5/8, 9/16, 11/32 driver, 5/32 hex key right here. Let's go over a couple of the top parts. This piece here is called the headlock. This piece here is called the top plate. This right here is the trigger arm. This is a top adjustable plate. Side adjustable knobs. And that's about all you need to know right now before we put the place the saw. The first thing we're going to have to do is remove these plates. All these plates come off. Plates are off. Next, remove the trigger arm. The trigger arm is removed. Now, remove the lanyard. Let the saw go up into its position. While it's in this position, pull the quick release and remove the gas spring, like so, and let the top drop all the way down to the back. So now your saw is in the ready to load position. When we get the saw in here, the top part of the saw is going to slide in between our top plate right here, and I'll show you how that works. In the meantime, on your saw, when you buy these saws brand new, they come with a hook mounted right here. You need to remove this hook. Here's the hook. You take this off and you remove it. It will not fit in the jig with this hook. First thing you do, place the cord through the hole in the back plate and thread all the cord through. Just like that. Next, push your top back all the way to the back. You're going to grab your saw. I like to grab it right underneath here like this. So you got it all in your hands, just like that. And you're going to take the top, your handle, and you're going to thread it through the top, just like that. You see how she's threaded through the top. Then you're going to slide the top piece right in between the frame rails, right there. You'll see it sliding right in, that little line. Push the saw down so it feeds right into the back. And the handle fits firmly in the back. And we're right in between the saw rails. Right in between those rails right there. And I'll come to the other side and you can see how that looks over here. Right in there. We're right in between our rails. Just like that. When you get to this point now, we're going to reinstall the plate and the headlock and install the trigger. Okay, I've got the plate installed, top plate installed, everything's tightened up firmly. The next thing you want to do now is come down to your 5-arm knobs and tighten them so they just touch the handle on both sides. Just touch the handle a little bit on both sides here. Just like that. Just so they make contact and they're a little firm. Last thing we're going to do is we're going to install the trigger arm. The way we install these is you're going to push this down and put it right through, just like that. Inside, line it up with this hole, and put your nut and bolt in there and make sure it works properly. Okay, trigger's installed, tightened. We're going to test it. Pull it back, push it down, on, off. Next thing you can do here is we can finish pulling the cord through the hole. You can put your saw down and get this cord finished, putting it through the hole here. Now bring your saw back up, just like that. And our next step is to adjust the blade, and the way we're going to do that is you're going to slide your saw. Oh, here we go. Slide your saw all the way to the end of the table, and we're going to put this area down just like this. Now we're going to put the base up, and we're going to start lining it up with the slot here. And as you can see, the blade is hitting the table. So we have these 3 adjuster nuts here, which we were going to loosen with the 3/4 inch wrench and get that blade nice and straight. Okay, I've loosened these up. Now you can move the table. We're going to slide it over a bit, and now you can see that the blade is dead center, and it looks pretty good right there. So that's where we're going to try it. So we're going to tighten these back up. She's still center. And then if you notice, the blade's closer to this corner and farther away from this corner. You take that out by turning these. Turn this one right, turn this one left, and it will slowly take the crookedness out of the blade until you get it just perfectly straight, like that. When it's straight and you like it, firmly tighten those down in place. And now we're ready to put the saw back in its cutting position. Okay, we got the saw slid back. Next is to reinstall the gas spring. And how you do that is you just lift your saw up until you get the gas spring aligned with your hole, with the peg there, and install the gas spring. Okay, gas spring is installed, and we're almost ready to make a test cut. Next thing you want to do is, if you have a small square, I want you to take your square, put it on your base, and butt it up right against the blade, and you can see if the blade is square with the base that way. If I can, just like that. Then what you want to do is slowly lift and make sure the blade stays square on the whole way up, and it doesn't push that square and move it around. That way the whole radius of your cut will be straight, and that looks pretty good right there for a test cut. So now you can plug your saw in, and let's do a test cut. I've got this little piece right here. I'm going to go like that. Come over here, take that out. It's not bad for a first try. And then you can, what you want to do is you're going to square your part up, and it looks pretty good that way, and it looks pretty good that way. So that's a pretty good setup for the first shot. And go ahead and cut bigger pieces, smaller pieces, and that's how you tune these things in. And the good thing about the DeWalt is the DeWalt roller guides are really straight, and it keeps the blade really straight. This is a really, really good saw, and I really like it. So that's it. That's how you install your DeWalt DWM in the Portaband Pro Jig.